Yeah. Hi everyone. We recording? Yeah. Looks that way. What is new? What is new? Look at this. This is like a fucking... someone threw a grenade of poop at my car. That's what I get for parking under some power lines, I guess. Jesus. A couple of new things today, friends. I don't know how any of this is going to turn out. I really don't. So, I'm going to bring you guys along for the ride. I'm going to turn all the vents on. There we go. Whoops. Yeah, cool. So a couple of things are brand spanking new. Number one, I've never had so much clarity out of my visor. Holy shit. This is a revelation. When you're used to rocking mirrored shields, going back to a clear one is tough. Look at that. I got one of those transition shields for Christmas last year. And I was really eager to try it, but I was a little, oh, we need petrol in a strong way, friends. I was really eager to try it, but I had no real perspective on those auto darkening shields and stuff. Where are you going, dude? Yeah. And they were expensive as shit, so I'm tickled that I got one for Christmas, but this is a fucking revelation. I mean, it is so fucking clear. I mean, granted my nice Ferrari, bam. My mirrored shield was fantastic when I first got it, but then, you know, you get rock chips and bugs, and you put several thousand miles on it, and you know, just no dice. It's not as clear. Micro scratches everywhere from rubbing it down with maybe the wrong microfiber towel or a reused one or some shit. And this is my first time with this clear transition shield. Holy shit. A couple other things are new. I think I broke up with Senna. I don't think we're going to be in a relationship anymore for long-term motovlogging because, like, I finally got my GoPro helmet mount, finally got that fucking expensive-ass adapter that I wasn't stoked for, bought a lavalier mic, got a couple of recommendations on a really good one, and, you know, I've been fucking with the camera angle on this thing for a while. I don't know if it's going to turn out or if I'm still like looking straight at the dash or the ground or whatever, but I think I got it for the most part. And here's the story. I bought the 10C Pro. It did great for about 2 weeks, and then suddenly I'm just getting static and wind blast, and it's like an electronic feedback situation. I don't know what the fuck is going on, but it's frustrating. And the codec, the date and time was all fucked up. It said January 11th, 2011 on every single file on my computer. And I spent literally months, like 3 months long. I still have an open ticket with Senna, whatever. And I was like, guys, like, my CMOS battery is fine. My Windows time is fine. Everything is correct. Go for it, guy. You got this. Yeah. It's like there's no reason. Firmware's plenty of firmwares. There's no reason why this should continue to happen. It has to be hardware. So thank God for RevZilla, because what up, moto homies? Thank God for RevZilla for taking back the electronics, because they have a strict policy on not doing that. But what I did was I sent them like the exhaustive trouble ticket, back and forth email chain on me working with the manufacturer trying to fix this thing, and they were like, you know what, you did all the right things, bro, like let's get you another one. So they swapped it out. It's like, I don't want to ooh, that's wicked. I was like, I don't want a refund, I want to swap this thing out. Because I want this camera to work. I've been using Sena for my entire channel's life as my primary camera. And for all the reasons I just mentioned with the GoPro. You know, it's not the best image quality, it's not the best sound quality, but it's all in one. It lets me tether to my phone. I can listen to music, GPS, you know. It's the best communication, writer-to-writer communication you can buy, in my opinion. You know what I mean? Like, I've used Cardo and a couple of the cheaper brands, and I mean, nothing comes close. And it's not without its problems. I mean, anybody that owns a Sena of any kind will tell you what a struggle it is sometimes to connect all your writers together with or without the app, you know. So I was belly aching and bitching and moaning and, you know, about fucking buying all this GoPro shit. Be like, well, I gotta get the mic adapter, which is $50. And right now, I'll be perfectly honest with you, nobody has one because the company that manufactures them in China or wherever they have them built ran out, or there's something going on where GoPro doesn't have the manufacturing base for these, and no one fucking has them. So I found a dude on like a online electronics and music store in like Ohio or something that had one, but they marked it up, you know. So I ended up paying like $80 for a $50 chunky ass piece of plastic, just so I could run audio inside my helmet. You know, but the trade-off has always been GoPro's imaging, their image quality is fantastic. You know what I mean? Like, you can't beat the stabilization on the 6 and the 7, and right now I'm running a Hero 6, but I got a metal fucking housing for it and shit, so if it flies off, hopefully it won't shatter like last year on my California trip. And it gives me the ability to screw in 52mm lenses. And so what I did was I bought some neutral density filters, and today you're experiencing some of that. I'm trying to take some of the sunshine out. So I got a neutral density 2 on there, and I messed with the framing a little bit. So instead of 1080/60, we're shooting 1080/120 with the max amount of stabilization I can get out of this camera. And I've been very pleased with the image quality, you know. But it wouldn't be a Bayo story if it wasn't wrought with fucking expenses and disaster and all this other shit. So now I've got this goofy ass helmet mount glued to my head, and a lavalier microphone piped in there, and all this stuff, because that Sena 10C Pro, it's too good for its own good. Like, they didn't think enough through, they didn't test enough, I don't know. But audio is fucked. The image looks clearer version of the same shit that you used to see. So I hope this comes through, because more so than like aggressively growing the channel or having like a deep motorcycle messaging or whatever, like, I enjoy bringing you guys content, you know. And I think this is the right answer. I feel like this is ultimately the best way to go, and I don't have a leash on this thing, on a sticky mount. So if high wind forces blow this bitch off my helmet on the 3M tape, well then that's a cost of doing business, I guess, you know. But you know, it's a day full of new stuff. I got a new weird microphone with a dead cat on it to try and delete some wind noise and static. And that dead cat is really fuzzy, and it's kind of like tickling my cheek in the corner of my mouth. So I don't know if I'm going to keep that or if it's ultimately necessary. And then of course you got an extra 2 pounds hanging off your face, you know, so you got to fuck with the camera angle and make sure that, you know, you can still head check and do all the things you need to do. But if this comes out, especially with my filtering down the light a little bit, so I'm not beating the shit out of this light sensor, I feel like we're gonna get some fucking dope ass shots here. I'm gonna slow things down by this lady and this lady. But it's a gorgeous day. It's probably the last gorgeous day we're gonna get in April for quite a while, man. It's supposed to fucking pound rain tomorrow, like 90% chance. And it's slightly chilly, but it's like great riding weather. My bike's not gonna get pissed off and overheat. as much if I get stuck up in traffic and shit. But I don't know, you know, I really want a more cinematic experience taking you guys along. Oh, they took the fucking speed bumps out. Huh. Wonder why that is. Look, here was the second one. And they scraped them right off. Interesting. Oh, people down here fucking hate sports cars and motorcycles because I'm sure assholes come screaming. They're here a lot, but I get the eyeball, you know what I mean, every time I ride back here. But anyway, I wanted a more cinematic experience. I want to take you guys through, you know, what life and times are like. And another passive benefit of this fucking lens cover is it's an excellent bug deflector, so I don't fuck up my Hero 6 lens. So I guess that's good. But I really just, I wanted to take you guys along. And it's a new look, right? Like, you don't get to see the side of my head anymore. Where's Bayo's head? Did his head get knocked off? What happened? Why does this look so different? All we can see is what he sees. But to be honest, I still like the partial helmet in the frame. Because I feel like, you know, you get to see me in the shot and I get to experience this stuff with you, and I think it's all good, except the GoPro's much larger of a footprint than that Cena as far as physical space, and you know, it's a kind of a bitch to do a head check, you know, especially like right now I'm wearing a backpack, and you know, the last thing I want is my side of my head getting stuck on the fucking shoulder strap of my backpack, you know. So but anyway, it's kind of a new look for us, and also haven't seen you guys in a really long time, so figured I would give you guys a bit of an update on life, you know. A lot's kind of changed in Bayo's life recently. I put myself out there and I applied for a different job, same company, but I think it gives me a better chance to experience the business side of technology in my IT service management career trajectory, and you know, that's going to give me some leaps forward to work with both people that I work with, you know, my business partners internal for all the tech teams, and also vendors, you know, that are outside of our brand that we work with a lot. And I'm a manager in that space now, and I'm truly, you guys, blessed, because I didn't think I had the chops on the business side of tech to actually attain this job. And like, I've done a lot of service delivery management, but it's always been at a production support level, you know what I mean? It's never been like managing the whole like ecosystem or portfolio, if you will. And so it's definitely a new look, you know. And I was honored and privileged to be taken into this new challenge. Oh, look at all those bikes. Yeah. And I feel blessed, you know. But it's a little career divergent from working in the network space, you know. I was operations manager and lead systems analyst for the entire network piece for my company, in a pretty small team. But you know, damn it if it didn't give me, you know, I'm the on-call all the time, or the on-call's on-call all the time. We're gonna stop and get some petrol, you know. But it was, I mean, just non-fucking stop, you know, year after year. I spent 5 years in that theater of operations, and looking back, I don't regret a minute of it. I mean, at all. But oh dude, look at this. That is fucking awesome. It's an old Impala. True. Yeah, I'm gonna get some gas here because I want to talk to you guys about this. So where was I? I think we were talking about my old position. You know, being there for like 4.5, 5 years, whatever it's been, I don't regret a minute of the people I hired, the team that I built, the people jaywalking across the road because they're the most important people in the world, all that. Fucking nice days. People I hear are getting crazy. The work I did, I'm very proud of. You know, I was able to make some very, very big changes, and I didn't think that I did. You know, it's like somebody that's been doing the same job for a long time, and then they have to like write a resume and be like, what were your accomplishments? And you got to think past all that stuff, at like all the shit you did, that you were working for like hundreds of miles an hour week after week, you know, and you're like, fuck, I don't even remember. But I actually plotted it all out. I looked over my year-over-year goals, what I was able to accomplish, and, you know, what kind of had to be reprioritized for a few years, and I'm proud of the work I've done, you know. And so this new chapter is kind of neat because it gives me a completely different perspective on a lot of the same problems. And I think that's important because I'm hopeful that that makes me a more rounded leader as I continue to grow, you know. I'll have those perspectives. And, you know, I thought, well, this is kind of career divergent. When I was offered the job, I was like, well, shit, you know, like if I leave this career trajectory I'm on and I move kind of on the business end, like am I gonna have the same chops to come back and stuff? But then I had to look at the big picture and say, like, do you really want to be, you know, the problem-solving manager? And to be honest, while that sounds exciting, and it does, like, there are way better men and women out there at that discipline, people that I'm awe-stricken by, you know, that are coming into the field and making, you know, some serious change for the better, for the industry, not just our brand. And, you know, that made me feel good. Like, you know what, no, man, like, you wanted to get into leadership, you've spent thousands of dollars and thousands of hours, you know, training for such a discipline, like, go get it, you know, and use this as an opportunity to kind of see the other side. And I think there's more risk involved in my position long term, but it also keeps me motivated to stay the course, continue my own self-education, you know, like all those things are relevant and also important, I feel like, you know. So it's been crazy in terms of, like, I've had to hand back almost 6 total years of intellectual capital back to the team that I was managing, and then in 2 weeks time, right, and then immediately after that, no time off between roles, which I probably should have taken, I had to turn right back around and go into like an immersion plan on a totally new discipline with totally new people. And I think the benefit is that I've been with the brand long enough to understand the fundamentals. It's not like I'm coming in cold or whatever, but it was a change, man. And that shit consumed, and still kind of is consuming, all of my my free time, my eligible free thoughts. And when I get home in the evening, I feel so mentally worked out, I just go brain dead, you know. And it's prevented me from getting out a little bit, and today was just a perfect opportunity to try out some new gear, try out a new setup, touch base with you guys, you know, and kind of tell you a little bit about why I've been out, man. I've done a couple of YouTube lives, and those are stupid fun. I really appreciate everyone that's joined with me on those. It's great to interact with you guys and kind of have a Q&A and, you know, answer some questions, have some good conversation. So we're going to continue to do that. I don't know how I'm going to market that. You guys think this is it? I think this is the new generation of camera angle, you know what I mean? And September, the GoPro Hero 8 probably comes out, because they generally release them in September. That's kind of their cycle. And you know, your boy's praying for an external Bluetooth audio source, you know what I'm saying? And instead of like, hey, let's shoot in 8K, you know, because fuck, I don't even shoot in 4K because A, it's hard to deal with, and B, it's not like commercially, I guess, available as much. Like, not a lot of people are running 4K. A few cell phones do it, a few TVs do it, but it's still not like standard for high def. So yeah, let's see how 120 frames does, man. Should allow me to get some quality imaging, even if I slow the camera way the fuck down in post, if we got to catch something. So we'll try that. Let's see if we can get a decent slow-mo ride-by shot like on this STI right here for Prunsy. Baller.
Playtime is over. Say what? Over. Say what? I got no time to play no games with you. Playtime is over. Over. I got no time to play no games with you.